who established a visible presence of Islam in America. It was here, but a visible presence where you can call the Imam, you can make your salat and stuff and not be bothered. There's African American Muslim elders who did that, okay? They laid that foundation. Now you can have your buildings, your institutions, your imam, but before it was kind of like, hey, we're going to do our thing behind the Muslim. Okay, they wasn't allowing Islam to be out and visible like that. Okay, so you gotta understand, them the guys who laid that's not easy to lay that down and to hold that line until everything else get built up behind it. And you want to say it wasn't nothing? Nah, they was the front man to make that pop like
and
that.
You know, and that's the reason
why. You know, that's just the reality of it. Now, since they put that there, now you got to come up and Bismillah, build up the walls a little better and keep building it out.
That's right.
You know, and you pass it down. We got to understand that it's a trajectory. And this is how you build your community, man. You know, that's how it works.
You know what, man? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward brothers, the likes of Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz. He was the one that was the spark plug to the mind of Wharf Dean.
Right,
See, a lot of the brothers, you know what I'm talking about, the Salafi brothers.
Yeah.
They're real critical of Wharf Dean. Yeah. But you got to understand, you probably would not be Salafi if it was not for Wharf Dean.
But there wouldn't be no business.
Because Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz, he was the one, he said, listen, it was actually a Sudanese Muslim guy.
Okay.
Because you know what? Foreigners was already here.
Yeah, they were here.
They never gave us dawah.
I just said it to them.
They never gave us dawah.
They don't come to us now.
They never told us about the sunnah. They never told us about the oils. You know what I'm saying? What they did was they came, they got their money, and they were seclusive to themselves.
Right.
Sudanese guy, he came to Malcolm X and said, listen, you're a powerful man.
Yeah,
but you don't know what Islam is. He said, go to Mecca and you're going to see. That's the reason why Malcolm went to Mecca. Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz. He came back, denounced the nation of Islam. Obviously, he was killed.
Yeah.
But guess what? What they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
But guess what? I'm going to reverse that. What's his name? Wharf Dean.
Yeah.
He actually rejected what his father was saying, and he followed Malcolm. And this
but
place here.
It was coming out.
Listen to this. This is deep here. This place where we at right now, this is called Haramain, grocery store right here, Hamtramck, Michigan. Elijah Muhammad was staying over here on Yemen Street. In Hamtramck. The Yemen Street over here. Yemen, I forgot the exact address. We actually stayed not too far from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was born over there.
Yeah. Right here, this is hollow ground, man. So the oil.
I think he was born. Right around. Walking on right around.
Yeah, Yemen Street. And so he disagreed with his father. His father kicked him out the house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But guess what? He went over there. He studied. We make salat because of him.
Yeah.
Well, we know how to make salat because he actually took the chairs out of there. And he said, no, you have to bow. You got to make ruku'. You got to make sujood.
Yeah.
That's salat.
Yeah.
This ain't salat as a nation used to do. Just raise their hands, face east. That ain't salat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did that right there. And so from that, so many people embrace Islam at this name. And he died in the month of Ramadan.
It's a process, man. You know, we
so
don't know
I respect Wharf Dean. I take my hat off to him. I used to be critical because, you know, the Salafis, you know, being with the Salafis. Man, I thank Allah for taking me from that, man.
No.
I mean, I still follow the Sunnah.
Yeah, but the attitude, because we understand it's a school of thought and we understand it's an approach, which, you know, but we're not talking about it. We're talking about the people and the mentality that we take. You know what I'm saying? And to feel entitled. See, this is what African American, so-called African American, we can't feel entitled. Okay, we can read a book, we learn. Okay, somebody become Muslim now. You know, you might be able to get a YouTube and learn how to say your surahs, or you might learn your salat, or whatever you might learn. You could get a tape. Man, back in the day, they was reciting transliteration, and they ain't have nobody to really teach them nothing. The brother sound like he's speaking another language and reciting. I mean, come on. So we kind of have this entitlement. And this is something that you got to be careful, especially those of us who were born with elders who are Muslim, whether we are Muslim or born Muslim or we born and we take Shahada and they're readily there for us. We kind of have this thing where we take it for granted that the knowledge is there and that we kind of like so smart to figure it out. But there had to be a lot to lay that foundation where we have access to that. And when you're born and your parents are Muslim, you kind of take it for granted too because it's right there for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for us to be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying, this feather, that's. But you got to look at, you know, there's a lot of trial and error. And see, here's the thing, and something for the record, we ain't got it all figured out yet.
That's right.
Some of us, we kind of think we got it. No, we might be halfway there.
Halfway there.
We might be halfway there. There's a whole another part, a lot more work we got to do as far as breaking this thing down. You know, and alhamdulillah, inshallah, hopefully Allah give us the eyes to be able to see it, man. And, you know, comprehension and the drive to make it happen, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Anything you want to say, Anwar?
Like what the brother mentioned, and also growing up in, not necessarily in the Muslim community, but doing my Jumas over on Linwood, I could say it was the elders, their character, the smiles when they give you salams, that peace that you feel, that tranquility. So this is the Islam I know. I don't know the Islam. Islam I know, brothers don't backbite.
Yeah.
That we thought, I'm just telling you, I don't know, I can't speak for anybody else, but for my generation, for what I know from this city, we thought that was a Christian characteristic. That you sit next to a person in church
Gossip.
and gospel and backbite. But Islam, from what I know, that people they had love for each other. They would smile at the young. When you come in there, they would make you feel so welcome, and that's where you wanted to be at. So maybe they don't have, like you said, they don't have all of the, like they didn't get all the pronunciation and the correct understanding.
But they had the manners and the action.
Yes.
They did the footwork.
Yes.
Right.
The footwork.
So
which is
now
sometimes more-
here's the thing.
yes.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Which one is worse?
Right.
Someone that have a little knowledge but they act up on it to the best of their ability, or somebody that have a lot of knowledge and ain't doing nothing. That little knowledge.
That's right.
You said Warfdeen,
Yes, that's it.
Haji Malik Shabazz,
That's right.
Abdul Hamid. You know what I'm saying? Our elders.
Yes.
These brothers out here, foreigners, they got all of the knowledge. But guess what? Look at these businesses. Detroit Donut, right? Haramain. They got enough inside information I'm about to give you. Haramain over here, the first one over there.
Yeah.
Guess what? They was making like $15,000 a day.
That's believable.
So just imagine how much they making. We come in here spending our money, they ain't bringing it back in the neighborhood.
No.
It's salam alaikum rahmatullah kayfa halak tijani.
You might get that.
Hey, you want to buy some jewelry?
That's
Oh,
if somebody knows you. You might
You know
get
what I'm saying?
some. Yeah.
So I mean, the reason why I say that, what we got to start doing, man, as African American Muslims, man, we got to start spending money with each other.
Yeah.
Because you see, that's what they do. Do you see this place here, across the street, McDonald's over there?
Okay, right.
You want to know the reason why McDonald's closed down?
Wa
alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. McDonald's closed down because Yemenis don't eat that.
Yeah,
They go to Sheba, they go to Yemen Cafe right up the street.
See?
They don't go over there, say they closed down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They spend money with each other.
No, see?
We gotta start doing it. Our elders used to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They used to do that. Spend money with, even if you probably have to go 2 miles out, or maybe spend a little bit, like $5 or $6 extra, but you putting that money back in that circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to doing that, man. I'm talking to us young guys.
Yeah.
You guys are my elders. I'm 32. You 38. You 40. 41. So I'm the youngest. You guys are my elders. But we got to get back to doing that.
And like something to add to that, this merchandising. You see, that's one thing about merchandising. It teaches you those basic business sense. You got to manage your money. You got to re-up. You got to buy and sell. You got to manage your inventory. You got to pay your bill. And then you don't really know what to expect. You got averages. So you gotta. But see, that's basic. That's basic supply and demand. That's basic accounting. That's basic. These are basic business skills that if you become proficient at them on a simple primitive level, elementary, rudimentary level.
Right.
That's what I want, a rudimentary level. Then when you expand into big institutions, whether it's a store or a big company, you have a sense of what it's going to take to be able to do that. A lot of things is like, for example, and that's one thing that entrepreneurship, especially the basic function of being merchandising, if you want to go into an artisan or whatever, but that basic function, it teaches you those skills, and that's what's essential for cooperative economics, or economics in the community. You look at the Africans, our African brothers and sisters. Merchandising is an essential. Yeah, they have professionals. You might have a cab driver here, or a professional, a doctor here, or engineer there. But you know what? When they're not doing none of that stuff, guess what they're doing? Buying and selling. When they're between jobs, they buying and selling.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If he ain't got no job, he buying and selling something. He always got a bag. He got some clothes over there, some tapes over there. He got something. You know what I'm saying? That's money. You know what I'm saying? And they know, and even the Arabic mindset. Africans and the Arabic, they share some mindset as far as they know that the rizq or the sustenance comes from Allah. So they're not thinking, man, how?
Yes.
They just know as long as they make the preparations and they do what they got to do, Allah's going to make it pop.
And you know what, man? I noticed something too, and you probably would know a little bit more about it than I do. If you do, just expound on it. But it just seemed like it's so much baraka, man, and being a merchant, man.
It is.
I mean, it seemed like it's so much blessings. I mean, it's like I can take $10 that I use from selling oils, and I can buy like 3 or 4 things with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, and I heard somebody say that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the majority of the certain percentage of the barakah of my ummah will come from.
Yeah, brother Anwar had mentioned that to me about that. I think it might have been from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I don't know, but I remember hearing a saying ascribed to Hazrat Umar Khattab. They said when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when the ummah leaves off the trade, then they will become the slaves of the people. You know, so I don't know about this particular one, but I've heard this from Umar, quoted from Umar. So I'm saying that to say is that
when people leave off trade,
when the Muslims leave off the trade,
when the ummah leaves off trade,
they become slaves of the people.
It makes sense too.
Yeah, because I can't go to Juma, I gotta shave my face,
Wow.
I can't be around my family.
It makes sense.
I don't got, I gotta send my kids here, there, the other. I can't sit there and teach them, supervise them. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm a slave, my wife said, well, heck, he's having fun, she wanna go to it. All these different shenanigans will go into, you not having being able to take charge of your home.
I got family members, by the way. They got Muslim names.
Yeah.
But they probably not making salah. They probably not doing the Islamic daily lifestyle. But they got plenty of money. They got nice houses. They can take trips to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Go all around the country. But yet and still, they're plugged into the mainstream corporation. Which then, like you pointed out, now you got to cut your beard. You got to miss Juma. Your boss say that's what you got to do.
Yeah. I mean,
so even if they wanted to practice, they still can't do it.
They can't do it. So sometimes you take a look. Sometimes so-called what's perceived as lower sustenance, but it's barakah in that substance, like you said.
Right.
Perception.
That you can actually do more with your risk from Allah than you can with a person that's working and working at a regular corporation.
Right.
And then he doesn't have any barakah. He takes that money and he commits sins. Now you can go to Sin City. Now you can get a prostitute. Now you can do all of these things. We got to be careful of this.
Right.
So that's basically what I want to say.
And Allah feeds you every day with this, man. I remember when I was doing my apprenticeship for my jewelry, the brother who I was working for, I got paid every 2 weeks. Time I got one check, I was thinking about the next. They was going that day. I just pay everything, and I'm just struggling for 2 weeks in the hole. Like, dang, Now, I know a lot of people used to that, a lot of wage slaves used to that.
Right.
But to me, that was like, I didn't really, JLB, so, if I had to do, I am sitting here, I got to borrow money from this person, got to do this, that, I got to sit here and scheme, and then at the same time, I still got to go to work every day, and I got the commuting gonna cost, and also I got to pay for my lunch.
And you got to wait for the check.
Yeah.
But if you sell some oils, you can get that money right there.
Bismillah, okay, this goes in the gas tank, this goes on the bill, this goes on the food, and this goes on the re-up. I might have something left, I might not. MashaAllah, tomorrow's another day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all understand that.
You got any amazing right? You got any amazing stories like as pertaining to the oils? Like, say for example, you was in need, right? And you made dua. And then you trying to get a certain sale. Look, it hit home with him already. It hit home. He walked away. He said, I can't wait to speak.
There's too many to count.
Go ahead, Sheikh. Go ahead.
I mean, hey, where do I start? So many times where you like sitting up there and saying, man, I made $5 this whole day. Why I even come out here? Maybe I should have this. And you break it down, and the guy comes spend $50 with you.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
That happened to be a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like or you sitting out here, or the rain. He's like, man, it's too cold. But I don't even know how many. So many times that it's happened. So many times it's happened. I mean, you sit there, man, and you might make. Sometimes you're like, man, I can make $1 today, and somebody can spend $60 with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That just happened a couple of days ago. I was down and I was selling, and I said, okay, I made over $20, $30. I said, well, alhamdulillah, at least it's worth me coming down. I ain't. And then I can do whatever I have to do. Lady can't spend $60.
A long way, brother.
Okay.
SubhanAllah.
$60. But tawakkul, the trust in Allah.
That's
and see, the thing is, like when I was dialoguing with Brother Anwar, and I was dialoguing with another merchant not too long ago. We have to look at our means, money, whatever our profession is, whether it's merchandising, whether it's labor. You have to look at it as a faucet. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the faucet in the bathroom or the kitchen, you turn the water on,